Okay, so let's talk about shaving soaps. And I'm going to go right back to the beginning. When I first started making soaps, I just wanted to make a really great soap. And it took about a year to get them right. And then I got the soaps right to the extent that they were really great soaps, but they weren't shaving soaps. The way the shaving soaps happened is a customer came up in the Mountain View Farmers Market, this is years ago, and the gentleman said, "Kim, can you make a shaving soap for me?" And my thought was, okay, how the hell do you make a shaving soap? So I looked into it, and a shaving soap has to have a couple of special things about it. It has to be highly lubricating on the skin, and it has to have a creamy component of lather that's almost like creme fraiche. And then it needs a medium bubble lather, and then it needs a big fluffy bubble because they're pretty, they look like they have rainbows in them. So how do you do that? Well, the lubrication is achieved with the addition of bentonite clay. And many people don't know this, it's interesting. Clay is an amazing lubricant. I mean, it's like a super lubricant. So I added bentonite clay to my normal soap, and then to achieve the lather, it turns out that castor oil is beautiful in the soap making process for a rich, creamy, dense lather, like you need as the base of a shaving soap. So I added castor oil to it. I fooled around with the ratios for a while and came up with a shaving soap. And at the time I was selling it specifically as a shaving soap. My customer was very happy, and then a lot of men started using it. And then one morning I found myself in the shower and I didn't have my normal soap, so I reached out of the curtain onto the vanity and I picked up my shaving soap and I used that to bathe with that morning. And it turned out that it was the most extraordinary bar of soap I've ever made. So I went back to my lab in the studio and I turned all my soaps into shaving soaps. So every soap that I make is an extraordinary shaving soap. Rich, creamy lather that's dense, a nice, pretty, bubbly lather. It's really good stuff. I think we make the best shaving soap on the planet. I really do. So how do you use it and what do you need? First, you just take a knife, butter knife, and you just cut the label off. And like this. Let's put that aside. And then, because it's going in a bowl, and let me tell you why I like bowls better than mugs. When you've got a mug, there's a handle on it, and while you're shaving and you're mixing with the brush, the handle, it's generating torque that pulls the bowl down and stresses your thumb and your finger. Much smarter to have a shaving bowl, and you can cup it into your hand, put the soap in, mix up your lather without any stress. It's very comfortable, and it works super well. So how do you do this? First, you have a square bar of soap, and you just cut the edges off. And if you notice how easy this cuts, real soap cuts like putty. And if it doesn't cut like putty, it's probably got a lot of fake stuff in it. You want to avoid it. So then you take the bar that you've kind of rounded and you just mash it into the bowl. And then, and you're going to see this later, but the procedure is you fill the bowl with hot water and you count to about 20. And then you pour the hot water, the soapy water that's precipitated in the bowl, you pour that over your shaving brush while rotating the brush until all the water is gone. Now, enough water has been absorbed by the soap to make it soft on the surface and ready to lather. And then you have moisture in the brush. And then you insert the brush into the bowl, and you start out with touching the side of the bowl with the brush, and that's to whip up the dense lather. And then after you get it starts looking really creamy and happy, then you start fluffing it. This is for aesthetics. So when you put it on your face and you look at yourself in the mirror, you get big fluffy lather on your face. It's really kind of cool. So you whip it up, and then just apply to your face. It's really quite that simple. It's luxurious. Here's the best part. When you use shaving cream out of a can, not only is it a toxic mess, but it's not warm. When you do this, you get warm lather. And frankly, there are very few things in the world better than warm lather. So that's it.